Welcome. My name is Katarina, and I'm the regional product lead for AI solutions here at Google. And today, together with Sanya, we'll be discussing how to fuel your growth by leading with lead gen. We will cover strategies for accelerating your business with Google's lead generation solutions. Our agenda covers three main areas: the evolving lead gen landscape, getting ready with the lead gen framework, and activating your campaigns using conversions and values. In today's fast-paced digital world, lead generation is more critical than ever, and the landscape is constantly changing. Reaching the right audience requires a data-driven, multi-channel approach. We see increased demand for measurable results, accountability, and market volatility, not to mention the impact of AI on marketing and customer journeys. When we look at the landscape of lead gen, it can feel fragmented. We have people here working in B2B, others are working in home services, finance, automotive. And on the surface, these verticals and categories seem completely unrelated. But there is a golden thread connecting every single business in this virtual room. You aren't just selling products. You are facilitating a critical life decisions. Think about it. Buying a pair of sneakers, that's not a critical life decisions, right? You go on the website, you Google sneakers, you buy the sneakers. When they arrive and you don't like them, you just easily return them and life goes on. But you are there for people that are making a crucial life decisions and fulfill some of the most human and important needs. I'm talking about deciding to buy my first apartment, getting a 30-year mortgage for my life, maybe looking for a nanny for our kids, etc., or buying a car that we can drive those kids to their schools, right? And these are the most human, high-stakes needs the person has. And this is why lead gen, and specifically your business, is so vital, because you're guiding people through the most important moments of their lives. Think about the last meaningful purchase you made. Did you see one ad, click on it, and buy immediately? Probably not. So how it could look like was that maybe you saw a YouTube shorts on your morning commute to work. Then during your lunch break, you Googled some of the reviews. And then you watched a YouTube comparison video 3 days later before you finally decided to buy. That chaotic, zigzagging, and complex path, right? Just look at the numbers. 93% of customer journeys are unique. To put that in perspective, in the 30 minutes you'll be listening to me, over 230 million different paths to lead submission have been generated. So asking a team to manually track every journey is like counting raindrops in a storm. It's simply impossible. We can't rely on manual work. To meet users exactly where they are, regardless of the complexity, we need sophisticated tools. We're standing in the middle of a massive shift in the landscape. Historically, we played the game using hard targeting. I'm talking about scheduling, using the different keywords, and granular constraints. We optimized by constricting reach. We traded scale for control. But today, that trade-off is no longer possible and it does not work. Why is that? Because the customer journey isn't linear anymore. You cannot manually predict every move your customer makes. We need to move from guessing where the customer is to letting AI and first-party data find them for you. This isn't just about automation, it's about moving from managing rules to managing results. So, how do we make this shift? It starts by realizing that you are the teacher and the AI is the student. The success of your automation depends entirely on the quality of the homework you give it. You have to define what's a good lead and how does it look like. If you keep those insights to yourself, the AI is flying blind. But when you share the data, you're essentially giving the system a blueprint for success. We're about to walk through the best practices for sharing those insights so you can stop optimizing for clicks and start optimizing for business revenue. In order to win with AI, you must win with data. You need a measurement strategy that is both durable and comprehensive. Better inputs simply mean better automation. As all of you know, for lead gen, the path isn't straight line, and you are really fighting a unique battle on 3 fronts. The first one is the lead nurturing maze. As I was mentioning, the customer journey is long and involves multiple decision makers. Your potential customers don't just click and buy. They're researching, comparing, and oftentimes getting the recommendations from friends and family. So as we can see, the lead gen is more about a marathon rather than a sprint. The second one is the online-offline disconnect. The research is digital, but the conversion is usually physical. So tracking that jump can be the biggest challenge for our lead gen customers. And the third point is the data silo struggle. Your website data and your sales data are often trapped in separate boxes. It's like having pieces of puzzle, but no pictures to guide you. This makes it incredibly difficult for you to understand the full customer journey and let alone optimize your marketing efforts. If you cannot connect these dots, you cannot scale. And we are here to break down those silos and turn that scattered data into your competitive advantage. We are here to help you to simplify the process, gain the deeper understanding of your customers, and ultimately drive better leads. If you want to think of lead generation, I want you to think of lead generation like fishing. You can cast a massive net and catch old boots, tin cans, and tire rims. Sure, your net is full, but is it valuable? What I'm trying to say here is that not all leads are created equal. When we fill our pipeline with unqualified leads, we are essentially paying to clutter our own house. It diverts our attention and burns through our resources. Instead, we need to switch to spear fishing. We need to prioritize value over volume. By utilizing data-driven insights, we can identify the prospects who are actually raising their hands. When we focus our energy on that smaller, high-quality group, we aren't just saving time, we're maximizing our return. So let's stop counting leads and start making leads count. And how do we actually capture those quality leads on Google? We didn't want you to leave guessing, so we designed a specific framework to set you up for success. Think of this as your growth roadmap. It identifies the critical actions you need to take right now to stop wasting budget and start fueling your pipeline. Let's break it down. The lead gen framework comprises of 3 steps. Map is about mapping your lead to sales cycle and identifying the specific conversion actions that align with your business goals and drive business results. Measure is about measuring your conversions and values using durable, privacy-centric measurement. Activate is about activating campaigns using those conversions and values to deliver on your business objectives. Marketers oftentimes struggle to connect those dots between the online clicks and a signed contract. So without the map, we are bidding blindly on volume rather than value. We need to audit the lead to sales cycle to identify the value signals. We evaluate each step of the journey. We map these steps against key indicators of suitability, and we import the single best signal to guide your bidding strategy. The bottom line is that data integration is the difference between busy work and profitability. And marketers who are implementing the full lead to sale journey actually see a 20% revenue uplift and 30% greater efficiency. So it simply means that the better data inputs equal better ROS outputs. And after we map the lead to sale, we will overlay the following information based on what's available in ads and what you share with us. I'm talking about the average delay between stages, the average conversion rate between stages, the value associated with each stage, if available, and also where this data exists. Is it within the Google or is it in your CRM, etc.? This information will inform what signals we can use for bidding. And in the next part, Sanya will walk us through what signals are important for robust measurement foundation.
Thank you, Katrina. Hi, my name is Sanya Sharma. I'm a regional product lead for measurement here at Google. Before deciding how to get your data into Google, let's look at your lead to sales map and figure out the best signal for bidding. That means we need to decide if a value-based bidding strategy is right for you. We also need to make sure you have all the necessary signals to hit your business goals. So how do you figure out if a value bidding is the right move for your business? You'll likely see a benefit from value bidding if you're focused on acquiring high-quality leads without overspending, if you want to improve how often your leads turn into sales, if you have products or services at different price points, meaning that not all your customers bring the same revenue, or if you want to scale your business while making sure you stay profitable. On the other hand, you should focus on volume goals if your main priority is getting a high number of leads, even if their quality varies. For example, if you're a lead aggregator who gets paid per lead. Or if your goal is primarily to drive traffic, regardless of what people do once they get to your website. Or if your business objective is market share or new customer growth and you're not focusing on profitability or retention metrics at this time. Whether you're optimizing to conversion volume or value, consider the best practices for data quality to yield optimal results. The guiding principle is to import the conversion even that is closest to your ultimate business goal and meets the best practices for data quality. The first is recency. Short conversion delays are preferable. Especially for advertisers optimizing to a lifetime value model, it is critical to provide information as soon as possible. Consider the following scenario. Conversion data is uploaded as it is available between 1 to 7 days after the click. When launching a new value-based bidding strategy, this regular stream of data facilitates a quicker ramp-up. Zero conversion data is uploaded until 7 or more days after the click. If it takes 7 or more days post-click for 100% of conversions to be uploaded to ads, the initial ramp-up period for value-based bidding may take longer. The second is volume. For value-based bidding, your conversion goal should have at least 15 conversions in the last 30 days at the account level. The more the volume of conversions, the better it is for the model. Last but not the least is consistency in uploading data, which is key for bidding performance. Consider this example for a B2B software company with the bidding guidance we have reviewed. From the lead to sale map journey, we have learned that revenue differs based on the size of the contract signed. Value-based bidding could be a good fit for this business to optimize towards higher value conversions. The second thing that we learn from this mapping is that the entire sales cycle takes more than 1 month, so it's not preferable to optimize to the final sales action because of the delay. Demo schedule conversions receive more than 15 conversions in a month and occur within the first 7 days from the ad click. So the demo schedule goal suits the bidding guidance for conversion delay and volume. To use value-based bidding, the advertiser could define a proxy value associated with this action that correlates with their final contract sizes. This is just one example of how you might use the lead to sale map to guide decision making and does not illustrate a hard and fast recommendation for all advertisers or B2B advertisers. Once you have mapped your lead to sale journey and identified your key conversion actions to optimize towards, you can use the Google Ads Data Manager to measure your offline data. Google Ads Manager has three key benefits. The first is it helps you unlock first-party data. This means securely connecting and getting insights from your valuable first-party data, which is essential for improving audiences, bidding, and measurement across your campaigns. Secondly, it is designed to simplify connections. We have created a new single user interface that simplifies the process of creating, consolidating, and managing all your first-party data connections within Google. Finally, it works to untie workflows. This allows analysts and marketers to securely connect data sources and use that information in their marketing efforts, all within the same platform. All right, let's talk about the main data points that help build a holistic strategy to upgrade your offline conversions. Think of these keys as your essential ingredients. The first is Google Click ID or gCLID. This is the foundation. It links the ad click directly to the conversion, making sure we get credit for where it's due. So keep those gCLIDs flowing. Second is user-provided data or UPD. This is critical. By adding data like email IDs or phone numbers, we can connect cross-device activity and give the AI a much cleaner signal about performance. This is required for leads-enabled conversions. The third are new keys. We are adding new privacy-safe options like the user IP address and session attributes. These new fields capture more context around the click, which helps Google Ads attribute conversions more accurately and in a privacy-safe way. The third is Braid, gBraid or wBraid. These are our fallback options for when gCLID and UPD aren't available, helping us maintain conversion reporting durability. As a best practice, always implement an order ID as a unique event identifier. This is your safety net against counting the same conversion event multiple times, ensuring your data is clean and your bidding is accurate. We understand that every business has unique technical capabilities and data constraints, and a single approach may not be the right fit for your business. Let me walk through some common use cases and our tailored strategies for implementing offline conversion tracking and to ensure you can get the most accurate measurement and bidding performance. For advertisers with maximum data flexibility, the recommended approach is to implement the Google tag and upload all your offline events. This gives us the richest data set using the full set of recommended keys. If you're unable to implement the Google tag, you should continue to prioritize uploading all your offline events and share the same complete set of keys to maximize value. If you're unable to share user-provided data, we advise implementing the tag and uploading events with the keys you do have available. This allows us to maintain durable measurement while respecting your data policies. For advertisers with in-app conversions, they should use the app SDK and share their offline events using a specific set of keys tailored for app environments, which include wBraid and the environment parameter. Last but not the least, if you have data restrictions, no Google tag, and no user-provided data, continue to upload offline events with assigned click keys. Another aspect of building a strong measurement foundation is to enable the Google Tag Gateway into your overall measurement stack. With the Google Tag Gateway, you can unlock 3 major wins for your business. First, there's a huge performance uplift. This isn't just a minor improvement. We are talking about maximizing your return on ad spend and seeing improved conversion uplift. It directly feeds our bidding strategies to deliver superior campaign results. Secondly, it's privacy-centric by default. In today's environment, this is essential. The gateway uses confidential computing and gives you enhanced first-party control by hosting the tags within your own web infrastructure. It's about more security and transparency for your data. And finally, the simplified setup. We know that time is money. This is an incredibly simple process. It's often a one-click enablement. There is no need for retagging existing tags. It handles new implementations automatically, and best of all, there's no cost to you. This is a quick way to unlock significant benefits. With a robust offline measurement strategy, you can achieve a more accurate view of your customer's journey. With first-party data, you can drive 10% more conversions compared to standard offline conversion import. Secondly, through the Data Manager, you can enable streamlined tagging and data sharing while reducing implementation cost. Lastly, this data can be used to leverage Google's AI for improved conversion tracking and smarter bidding. Let's return to the B2B example. From the lead to sale map, we learned that demo schedule conversions are housed offline in the client's CRM. We can bring demo schedule conversions with their values into Google Ads via enhanced conversions for leads. Assigning a dynamic proxy value to these conversions based on factors that indicate a higher contract value with the company's size, product of interest, can be super powerful. The next step would be to activate value-based bidding and optimizing for demo schedule conversions with a proxy value. I would highly recommend implementing the measurement best practices to your business and see the true power of a robust first-party measurement foundation. That's all from me. Thank you, and back to you, Katrina.
Thank you, Sanya. Let's now talk about how you could activate your campaigns using conversions and values. Value-based bidding enables you to maximize the value of your conversions, aligning your bid strategy more closely with your actual business objectives. Advertisers who switch from TCPA to TROAS on average see a 14% uplift in conversion value. Value-based bidding is the foundation for advertisers with value goals. It's one of the first places you express your business goals to Google and how we connect your business goals with Google AI to maximize value. We use our understanding of your business goals, including transactional sales value data, new customer acquisition goals, store visits and sales, to differentiate your customers based on their value to your business, because not all customers are worth exactly the same. And we do this using billions of combinations of signals that says precise bids at auction time, including device, location, search query, and many, many others. Bidding towards the most valuable customers will deliver incremental revenue uplift and profitability to your business, allowing you to expand targeting with Broadmatch and uncap your budgets to drive even more value at your desired return of investment. What's more, we're continuously learning to improve performance, such as improving our models to converge to your targets faster, especially for advertisers with longer conversion delays. A key question from lead gen advertisers is how to get started with values for value-based bidding. When we think about your value measurement strategy, consider the journey from basic to advanced. Advertisers might find their sweet spot with value measurement somewhere along this continuum without introducing a lot of complexity. In fact, we don't recommend lifetime value measurement for every advertiser because it requires extensive technical resources and substantial amount of time to develop. The bottom line is we recommend starting simple before moving to more advanced value measurement strategies. To reiterate, when it comes to value measurement, it's not always true that greater sophistication and complexity of values yields substantially better performance. Especially for lead gen advertisers with long conversion cycles, advertisers are able to see success with value-based bidding by using simple static proxy values on their online actions rather than developing a complex propensity or lifetime value model. While building a predictive model might be ideal for some businesses, it's not a universal rule of thumb that everyone should adopt. This view provides a simple but critical flowchart to help you determine the best approach for setting up conversion values for bidding. The first question you need to ask is, are you able to assign a unique value for each conversion event? If the answer is yes, you should aim for dynamic values. This is considered the best practice where a single conversion event can produce 2 or more values. From there, the next question is, are you able to assign real economic values and pass them back to Google Ads in time? If yes, you'll be using economic values, things like revenue or profit. This is the ideal scenario for precision. If no, you'll use proxy values. This is where you create cohorts to represent different value groups, which is a solid option if real-time economic data isn't available. Now, let's go back to the first question. If you answered no, I cannot assign a unique value for each conversion, you will use static values. This means you have 2 or more separate conversion events, and each one has its own unchanging value. Keep in mind that the static values often end up being proxy values themselves. A common question we hear is how the bidder actually works. We would like to spend some time talking through ideal value instrumentation for the bidder. The bidder can handle static or dynamic values. What does it mean in practice is, if we're starting with the static values, based on the relative value that conversion events bring to your business, different static values can be used for conversion events. Use your lead to sale map to determine what these values might look like. For example, a phone call can have a higher value for your business than an online lead. And for dynamic values, a single conversion event can be used with variable values. This might be a lead score that you develop based on lead form attributes known to drive higher quality leads. The key to value distribution is to avoid extremes to inform optimal bidding learning. As a general rule, the bidder performs best when it can identify distinct and consistent patterns. Values that are extreme deviations from usual patterns might be difficult to process. Try to eliminate those from uploads if possible. With proxy values, create enough variance so the bidder understands the differentiation between cohorts. The system needs a meaningful data to learn. So also try to avoid extreme randomness, as the system cannot find patterns in chaotic values. However, you should also avoid values that are too similar. If conversion values never change, the system cannot tell the difference between high-performing and low-performing groups. Finally, your ROS performance might be a helpful indicator of your value instrumentation and where optimization of values can be improved. Let's assume that you spend roughly similar to your competitors, then aiming for 100% ROAS means you are setting up your values based on the cost, which is effect normalizes the value. If you spend as everyone else, but then start adding very high or very low values, your ROAS will be very low or very high as well. As a result, the 100% can be a good starting point to find the right set of values. Note that differentiation matters above all. If there is no differentiation in values, the bidder has nothing to differentiate. To summarize, here are the best practices for testing value-based bidding for lead gen once your value tracking is already in place. Starting with uploading consistently, ideally daily, have at least 15 conversions in the last 30 days, have more than 2 differentiated values, and finally, before switching to value-based bidding, upload values for at least 4 weeks or 3 conversion cycle, whichever is longer. Keep in mind to only choose a single stage of your lead to sale funnel to bid towards. Bidding to more than one stage of the funnel, for example, website visits and converted leads, within a single CPA strategy can lead to not optimal performance, which is because the bidder doesn't duplicate conversions across funnel stages, and also it doesn't have awareness of what is upper funnel and what is lower funnel. Set targets based on your historical performance. Use the recommendation in your account. A low target can restrict your reach, and also be sure to account for your conversion delay. Use Performance Planner to plan the budget for your campaign, and keep in mind that campaigns perform best when they are not budget constrained. And finally, activate with the Power Pack. With search, you can leverage the best of Google AI for search campaigns with a suite of targeting and creative enhancements, including search term matching, text customization, and finally role expansion. With YouTube, you can create and convert demand on YouTube and Google's most visual surfaces when consumers aren't searching for you. And with PMax campaign, get the full power of Google's channels and AI all in one campaign to maximize performance. To summarize, there are 3 key takeaways from this session. Map your lead to sale journey, measure conversions with values, and activate campaigns using conversions and values to deliver on goals. Thank you so much for your time and attention today, and have a great day.